Here are the answers for day 3, problem 1. Let's simplify this expression. Well, first, figure out the format of what you're looking at. This is a single term here, and it's being multiplied to 2 terms in the parentheses. This is a distributive property situation. So let's multiply 5 square root of 10 times 3 square root of 2. 5 times 3 makes 15, and in the radical, 10 times 2 makes 20. Then multiply 5 square root of 10 over to the square root of 5. We get 5 square root of 50. Now let's do some simplifying in those radicals. Think of the square root of 20 as the square root of 4 times 5. And think of the square root of 50 as the square root of 25 times 2. The square root of 4 is 2, which gets multiplied to 15, making 30 square root of 5. Over here, the square root of 25 makes 5, which gets multiplied to this 5, making 25 square root of 2. Question B, do you recognize the format of what you have? This is a binomial sum times a binomial difference, where this term matches this and this term matches this. This is the special case of FOIL, where you really only need to do the first and last multiplications, because your outer and your inner products are going to cancel away. So square root of 12 times square root of 12 makes 12. And square root of 20 times square root of 20 makes 20. And 12 take away 20 makes negative 8. Now day 3, problem 2. Let's simplify. Well, what do we have here? We have a radical in the denominator. So that's when you rationalize the denominator. Times top and bottom by the conjugate of that denominator. The conjugate is the square root of 7 minus 1. And I'm going to group that denominator in parentheses to help me with the FOIL in the next step. So multiplying the tops together, we have 3 times the square root of 7 minus 1. In the denominator, look at what this is. This is like the question B that we just did. It's a special case of FOIL. The square root of 7 times the square root of 7 makes 7. And 1 times 1 makes 1. So this is 3 times the square root of 7 minus 1 all over 6. But 3 over 6 reduces. So we get the square root of 7 minus 1 all over 2. Question B, same kind of deal. We have radicals in the denominator. So multiply top and bottom by the conjugate of the denominator. And when you do that, make sure you think of this as being in parentheses. In the top, we have 6 times the square root of 5 plus the square root of 3. And in the denominator, when you multiply these together, you get 5 minus 3, which just makes 2. So we have 6 square root of 5 plus square root of 3 all over a 2. The 6 over 2 is going to reduce. So we have 3 times the square root of 5 plus the square root of 3. You can leave the answer like this, or you could distribute the 3 to both of the terms.